The Venice of the North in 1936.
A square-rigged ship on the Baltic Sea is inspiration to poet, artist, traveler, and adventurer. It is synonymous with the Scandinavian peoples, the Swedes in particular. A foggy daybreak finds us at the end of our long sea voyage, in the entrance to the harbor of Stockholm. We anchor our own little vessel, the Wanderbird, and there she is, to wait for the rising sun to burn away the mists before we sail into the heart of the historic capital of Sweden.
Historic.
Stockholm is a city of islands and canals, which has given it the name of Venice of the North. On our way, we passed the famous Nordiska Museum and are soon gliding toward a veritable forest of masts that rise from the decks of scores of sturdy, weather-beaten sailing ships that have come home from every corner of the stormy Baltic and the seven seas.
All these buildings are still there.
Here, their wings folded for a brief rest, they leisurely exchange their cargoes, soon to spread their gray sails and drift away again to keep up the traditions of their ancestors. Stockholm harbors one of the last commercial sailing fleets on Earth.
This is the most expensive street in Stockholm to buy apartments.
These are the city's ferry boats, which ply like white swans through many canals with the regularity of streetcars. Stockholm is built largely on about 30 islands and is sometimes called the city between bridges. From atop the towering spire of the City Hall, we get a gull's eye view of this metropolis of the North. Its occupation dates back 1,000 years. In the middle of the 13th century, Birger Jarl established the present city. It has been the scene of numerous bitter wars, yet through the centuries, it has been a very important center of art and culture. It's the home of the Nobel Prize Awards, seat of political power, and it has had much to do with shaping the destiny of both ancient and modern Europe. In certain respects, the city is ultra-modern. Modernistic is a more appropriate term.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, this doesn't look like buildings from 1936, or probably earlier. This looks like pretty good, you know? Hyper modern.
In certain respects, the city is ultra-modern. Modernistic is a more appropriate term. These are apartment houses, each with its own balcony and separated by plain but artistic partitions. The main street is something of a pleasant surprise to travelers from America. Although the traffic moves without apparent difficulty, no automobile horns are allowed to be used, nor is any person permitted to smoke while driving. Pedestrians are given all the breaks in Stockholm. Something to think about. Here's a familiar sight, though. The toy balloon has the same appeal to little Swedish boys as it has for all other little boys. One of the most interesting and attractive of all the buildings is the City Hall. A product of recent times, it is considered one of the finest examples of modern architecture and has given its designer, Ragnar Östberg, an international renown. Its spire rises high above the city, crested at its lofty top with the 3 golden crowns of the Swedish coat of arms. Its picturesque colonnades, with their artistically symmetric shadows, fascinate all who see them. Surrounding is an attractive park, at the edge of which the blue waters of Lake Mälaren flow out to the Baltic Sea. The architecture is
pretty cool.